Hey everybody, I just wanted to show you a little bit of the boss rush dungeon. To actually unlock it, you have to find them, and I believe it's a level 7 island. I've got two here that I've unlocked um, so far. They both seem to be the same that from what I've seen. As you can see, it's just a big, kind of reminds you of a hell island. And it's just got the structure that you're going to jump into. It's really just the dungeon. I haven't really got in a helicopter or anything just to see if there's anything else on this island. But I imagine there's probably not. It's probably just kind of for aesthetics, this big area here. And I'm not sure what's up with my audio. For some reason, the audio didn't record whenever I was recording this, so you're going to get some different, little different background music while we're playing this, and won't get any sound effects. Not that if you've ever played this game, you've probably heard or seen the sound effects a million times. But the general idea of this is you go in level by level. You're going to fight progressively harder bosses. Sometimes you'll just get one boss. Sometimes you'll get multiple bosses. You also will get some mini enemies, kind of, secondary enemies. There's mobile roots, there's monos, exploding cows, just various things that show up in the dungeons that can, kind of distract you and cause you issues while you're trying to fight whatever boss is in that area. And then once you complete the area, you'll actually get a scroll or a chest that contains an enchanting scroll. And then you'll have the option to either exit or proceed on to the next dungeon. So there's the exit area, but obviously the first one you can't use it because there's no reason to use it. And from what I've seen so far, the first area starts you out with the stone golems, the ancient golems. It's pretty standard beginner type boss. And I'm using my magic build with the shield. Gives me pretty good defense. As you can see, he hit me and barely did any damage. And with my magic, I can do a lot of damage against him. Although having the two bosses makes it a little more difficult because, dealing with one, you can freeze them pretty quick, but the other one can always kind of get you and cause some damage and distract you. But having the freezing ray is good because you can usually freeze one of them and then you can attack the other one while the other one's frozen. Or if you can do enough damage, you should be able to put one down pretty quick. But this boss rush dungeon is really geared toward doing multiplayer and playing with friends so that some of your friends can engage one, you can engage another one, or you can team up if it's just the area that just has one enemy, one boss. But right now I just started this. I usually don't play a lot of multiplayer, mainly just because of the time, and I don't have a lot of time to sit down and play with people, so they would probably get pretty frustrated playing with me, just since I've got kids and I work full time. I don't have a consistent schedule of when I can be online and play play consistently. So you can see I just beat those bosses so the door opens. So there to the left is the escape, so I can escape back out to the beginning, or I can open this chest and escape. But it starts with a blank enchanting scroll, level 1. Eventually they go up in level, and I believe the way it works is they're tied to that level of enchant. So like a level 1 scroll would kind of be like your green enchants, and then they progressively build as the enchanting scroll goes up. So the higher the enchanting scroll number is, the better chance you have of getting a good enchant like a purple. And I don't know if they've gotten legendary enchants. I've only seen purple so far. So it may be something to work on. And these are just Cyclops. These guys are pretty easy. So I was able to get rid of these guys pretty quick. So you can see, same deal. You got your chest to get your enchanting scroll, still level 1. Then you go down the steps, and then you're to the next boss, basically. So there's not a lot of variation here. It just goes from boss to boss to boss. Here you can see you got the Hydra, and then you've got some of the poisonous monos kind of floating around here. They really don't cause any issues because they're just hanging around. They won't really attack you unless you get close. So I just knock them out of the way just because I kind of wanted to see if they would drop any new enchants. I think there's going to be some new enchants with this update. I think I've already seen a couple of them. But it's hard to tell just because of the new icon structure. I'm not used to that yet. So it's taking some getting used to. And as soon as we figure out what new enchants there are, we'll try to get the website, fantasyroleplayinggames.com, the enchantment guide updated with those new enchants. So here's Belle LaFleur. So this is actually the mill. So this is the highest level. She's 135, and you'll quickly get to level 200 enemies. You got these roots, and these roots will just respawn. So if you kill them, they'll just come right back. They actually come back pretty quick. I was actually surprised how quick. But if you need a lot of poisonous needles, they're really good for dropping them, so you can offer them if you need that for your picture book. Let's see, now I'm up to the blank enchanting scroll 2, and these go to your inventory and you have to cash them in, and when you cash them in, it gives you that random chance at an enchanted scroll that you can use at the enchanting table to apply to a weapon or shield. And this area is, to me, is kind of glitched out. It has a dragon, and the dragon just goes up, and he starts flying around, and you can't even hit him. He can get so high. So this one's kind of annoying. And you can see here, I'm going to try to hit him with my spell, but he's so high up there. I got to wait almost until he comes down. This is something that they need to work in, because the first time I did this dungeon, I actually thought this room was glitched out because I came in and I didn't see anything, and I didn't think to look up to see if there was a dragon there. So all of a sudden this dragon just falls out of the sky on top of me. So I don't know if that was by design that they coded it like that, or what the deal is with that, but it was kind of weird. And the other thing you got to know about this boss rush dungeon is if you die, you have to start back at the beginning. So if you're going to try to solo this, it's going to be hard. I got to level like 16 and I had to stop. I was, it takes a long time because you're going to run into a couple of high level bosses, and it's going to take some time to beat both of them, especially if you've got high defense. This is just a messenger. I don't think there's anything else in this room. But eventually you start getting into some of the multi-boss rooms. I think I hit a room that had both griffins and gunners. I think that's what was in it. I don't remember exactly. But I was lucky because the griffin kind of stayed to the corner. So it was a little more difficult there. The messenger really didn't give me any trouble there. I think this one's going to go up to level 3 enchanting scroll. Yep. So it doesn't match up to how many levels you've defeated. Every once in a while, it just kind of starts going up a level. I don't know if it's every other. And they're probably going to change all this. This still really seems like it's unpolished, and that they're going to do some more work. So here you got red monos, you got a king mono in one spot. You know, he's 160, so, you know, the levels of the enemies are going up real quick. Always got to wait for them to unfreeze before they die. So that was a 3 also. I don't know what the highest is. I don't know if 10 is the highest. I don't know if they are going to match kind of their levels for weapons. I think we'll kind of go up to like 13 or 14. So yeah, here you go. So I've got an executioner and a lizard gunner in the same chamber. This one's a little challenging. I'll have to say that this is where it started getting challenging. Eventually you get, you know, they'll actually throw in some of the lizard guillotines. So some of the mini bosses are in the chambers too. So you kind of got to watch out for those. Alright, well that's all I've got for this episode. I'm going to try to do a full run and record it. We'll just have to see how that works out. I had to stop this one a little bit short. But, you know, as you can see, there's not a lot to it, but to me it's challenging. It was a little bit... it was pretty interesting to see how they designed this. And as you get further, like I said, I've been up to like, I think, the 16th level, and it was pretty challenging to do it by myself. It's probably going to be a lot easier if you get in with some friends. That way you can help each other out. But yeah, if you try to solo this, it's going to be a challenge unless you're really, you know, got your gear maxed out and you really know what you're doing, especially on, you know, any kind of difficulty level. So give it a try. Let me know. Let me drop a comment on how this worked out for you, what you found if you've been able to play. Like I said, you have to unlock it. It's going to be called a mysterious island. It's going to look like a hell island. That's how you unlock the boss dungeons, the boss rush dungeons. So you just have to, if you've already unlocked all the islands, you're going to have to get a recreation button, destroy some islands, and then unlock it again. Or just start a new world and get to level 7 islands. If you see them anywhere but a level 7 island, let me know. I'd like to see that. That's be pretty interesting. But as far as I know, right now I've only seen them spawn on level 7 islands. But I haven't had a lot of time to mess with it, so maybe they can spawn on other islands. Alright, well that's all I've got, and thanks for watching.